job that I have to work on today. It's already installed. It's just a pair of speakers.
Nice.
I'll see what else I can grab a hold of to work on. It's not a. As long as it's cut and dried done by the day, I'll take it. If not, well, the last one to do is have work hanging somebody else is going to work on. I never liked that scenario.
Yeah.
As it is, I already have one, but I got to organize and sort out who's going to work on it when the part gets there and blah 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 blah. It just so happens, so it's got a seat issue. It needs a power seat assembly. It just so happens that same vehicle had the power seat assembly replaced on the opposite seat on a previous visit by the technician we have do the driver's seat this time.
I was thinking for if people come in and they don't remember what the hell they learned,
Mm-hmm.
maybe just run them through that whole cycle. And if they can't do it, we know.
Where to
Which
tune up
spot,
at. Yeah,
yeah.
no, that's a good call.
I started thinking about that because I was like, if we don't remember, maybe we're just like, yeah, do the whole thing. And then if they're like, well, I only know
Here,
open
here.
guard,
Right.
can't pass.
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, well, there's one.
There's
and then
one,
as
yeah.
they keep going,
That's a good call.
yeah.
I like it.
The only ones that they wouldn't, and you could mix it up. I mean, you could just add it to like you could be like, do Neon belly escape,
Right.
do side control escape,
Right.
And if they're like, I don't know what the color you're talking about.
All right.
Yeah.
There's our bitch.
Yeah.
Now, what's the other? Jim, we did Neon Belly Escape. Foot's on this side, knees on this side, hand here, foot underneath. That kind of twist and rotation of leg as you let it shrimp off, but it doesn't give you the same kind of opportunity to wrestle up, I don't think.
Knees,
So pick a side. And you know it. Yeah, so one gonna move here. One move here. Wow. Heard that so many times.
yeah.
That was what we said. Yeah, just try and pierce my leg. It's too easy to hear. So after going for it,
It's,
yeah. I'm so shit's fine.
Yeah, I almost feel well, and I guess that's the hard part about Neon Belly. Is I found that the biggest trouble with Neon Belly is iron side,
Right.
Still, because like I haven't done anything, but I'm not off balance.
Right.
And I'm just
You
catching.
should drop in, exactly.
And then 2 seconds later,
Yep, pop back up.
they pop back up.
Right.
So I feel like that's probably a little bit.
Well, I guess those digital kids, pretty much a bounce. Being brand new, just
That's the hard part to find.
Right.
This is
Right. Once you show it's not overly complicated, but if you cut those pieces right, there's a big difference.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to block them, but then it's tough to get the rest of it.
Right. So on a bumpy bridge, another real space, from a left hand, that's a bridge behind me,
Yeah.
they turn my side, so that's not.
Yeah, it's that same sort of like angle from come out on the side.
I'll tell you you're cold.
No.
Don't come in here. Toward the wall.
What?
For Aaron,
Yeah.
he was always cold, especially around cool outside, you hear all bubbled up, wearing the thing, wearing parka. guess in the world of suck, that's desirable.
Yeah, you just go to side. Basically, you're gonna knock them over and go to side.
Right. Knock them over, throw three troops to open them up and make them go to sides that try to regain, belly.
Yeah.
And then work to the side of the sticks.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I don't think. Yeah. It'll work. It'll work. But I think knock them over.
Yeah. So the B side is put towards away from the head, hook underneath your chin, pull it up to a whole like twist on.
Yeah, actually, going up.
Underneath the knee itself.
The one. It's pretty.
Well, this doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause now you got a
I'm
better crowd.
I'm not gonna resist. That's why I just let you talk.
I guess like I like to go to control.
Yeah, maybe like secretly. That was the only thing I just thought. Because if you go this one, like if in any when you come under here, it doesn't really create any problems if you fall here.
Right.
I mean, I could try and sit like this, but now you're resting up.
Yeah, I'm
You're
still-
already off to the side here. So I don't want to put my weight down.
Right.
Technically like this because
Right.
that doesn't really help.
Right.
But the other, well, yeah, I haven't seen anywhere you can go under the chin, and I guess that's why just thinking about it, like why did I do this was to see if I fall off. But if you, yeah,
Well,
if,
push it through the far, sure.
yeah, if you
Wonder-
secret, I think you're okay.
I wonder if we're gonna. That's better.
Yeah, as long as you don't, I feel like,
So I'm stuck here.
yeah, if you go like that, then you knock my leg. That's what was happening.
Right.
I just fall. No resistance, not even thinking. I broke it naturally.
Right. That's either. Let's see.
Yeah, just like confident.
Either underneath or on the back. Still on the seat. Just to get the rotation leg back to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, hold it. It's like really deep roll. And then push. Fall. I don't know. I mean, otherwise, you knock them off. I think you're gonna get knocked off.
Right. I think it's gonna get extra little bit of something out of it.
Yeah. It's not, I don't know.
Well, it's so damn tough because they've got some ability. They got weight in the spot that really sucks. To breathe out and sucks a little more. So it's just some air that sucks. So we've got fear, certain pain. All
It's something that I feel like going from like spots that I like have. Yeah, no, like the nice to transitions, if not, or switching from north south, or like taking out. And so far, like just like going inside, like this. Yeah, it's like, well, this doesn't even feel great. Like, I'm not even sure what, because I feel like your arms, if you commit your arms to anything, you
Oh,
start
yeah.
off balancing yourself.
Yeah.
So unless you just hold the guy, which, if you were just like
Cook
trying to
him a
like
little.
cook him,
Cook
yeah.
him a little bit. Wear him out a little bit.
Yeah, drive your shoulder and just hold for like as long as you can until the guy's tired, and then go do your other stuff. But yeah, as far as like being active, I think it's hard to be active. And, like, just be able to beat up a lot.
Neon belly north south.
Or just like side control, like switching to north south, either way, just kind of getting to north south rather than staying side.
Right.
Because north south feels like, I mean, it usually takes like a big movement, like when we're here and you're there. What movement am I gonna have that's gonna surprise you to the point that I end up?
Right. That's
And you didn't see any of it coming like
Right.
the whole time.
right.
So I feel like usually it's really hard for them to go from like here, you're holding me, however,
Right.
and I fuck,
in that 360, and you've just stood there and gone, whoa.
Yeah, plenty.
So by the time I spin, you're already on the other side.
Yeah.
Fuck, I did it again.
Yeah. Where am I? Yeah. Those, I mean, so those spots are definitely tough.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Belly, well, I think that one, as far as cooking, when you think of like cooking, that one cooks way more than like side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Side, I'll lay there as long as I don't have like the terrible shoulder like you
Oh, yeah,
and
I'm not-
I can
I'm
just
not
kind of
hurting.
like lock a little bit.
Mhm.
And I'll be like, yeah, I'll lay here.
I can write it out.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal.
When people put you in the belly, you're like, okay, I gotta
Different
move.
story,
I gotta move.
This, that.
Yeah. And you gotta move like carefully too. That's
Yes.
the other thing. Side control, you can almost like freak out a little bit if your arms are
Right.
Yeah, belly. There's just a lot.
It's one of those positions, you do that improperly timed big movement, and you take a deep breath out because of it, and now you didn't get out, now it really sucks.
Yeah.
A lot. I think. Tom likes it, I've seen his face.
Whenever you can belly, it hurts. Hold on, get out of here. Quickly.
Alright, anything you guys wanna work on?
Yeah, I want to work on the mechanics of just a half guard, or well, I guess it's half guard. It's a butterfly sweep, almost like a standard butterfly sweep.
I can dig with that, 'cause I actually tried that a few times on Tuesday, I was at the gym and it didn't work out very well, so that's perfect.
Yeah, it's just from the setup from half, so like here and here, and it follows a lot of the same stuff that we've previously done. So using the like knee shield space to get the underhook.
Right.
So here, deep underhook. So I think like one thing I want to remember is here you can collapse, and if you put your weight down towards this, yeah, we just end up back inside.
Right.
So if you take a shallow underhook, you're gonna have issues. But if I can get here, if you start trying to collapse,
I can actually,
Wrestle your way up.
yeah, I can start going towards the back because you're helping me.
Right.
If I have a deep underhook. From here, it's getting your half butterfly in.
Okay.
So we're just half. Now it depends on flexibility. So if I can get here, cool. But if not, you could always shrink.
How about to ask if you could split hip backs?
Yep, just
Yeah.
shrink a little.
Yeah.
From here, you end up in basically.
Right.
But you want the outside of this, because I want to bring this elbow, I think.
Mhm.
I want like the tricep. I want to bring this towards the mat and turn your weight. This one's gonna hit the ground.
Okay.
That felt pretty light.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying
Yeah,
to
we
do is
try
make
that
sure
shoulder down,
it's
yeah.
light.
Yeah.
Because I've struggled with a couple butterfly sweep where I think maybe if I'm here and here,
Mhm.
I'm getting the weight, like I'm not getting this leg length. I'm either, maybe I'm like pulling too much this way,
Mhm.
and you start sitting down and
In terms of muscle.
yeah, and you're just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. You had that leg. Was it still on top of this leg?
I
This one
released
hook?
it, because to get a good butterfly sweep, a lot of times everyone does,
Mm-hmm.
you're just doing this. This is the one that you need to hit the mat to finish
Okay.
the sweep. So you start coming up off that.
Okay. Yeah, the back side of this hand pulling down is definitely gonna make that whole roll. For me, it preloads me going that way, now you just finish off.
Yeah.
Once you made that pull connection, I felt like I was already
Yeah, because
almost
it's
the way
supposed to
there.
like twist the. Yeah. Like I'm turning and pulling, like I'm pulling you on me, but in an angle.
Right.
Like that.
So kind of sit up, that's why.
Yeah, because you wanna, I mean, if you could find it, like if I'm like up here, where, then you're gonna get a nice underhook.
Right.
But
If
I
not,
don't know who the
space,
hell,
right,
yeah,
I got my
usually
space.
everyone stays like kinda almost in here. Yeah.
You grab a hold of that wrist at all? Read this.
Well, you're already in a pretty good spot, but I think of it more as like blocking,
Uh-huh.
because you can rotate it around, so like block towards like the bicep, almost,
you're gonna reach for the tricep.
When you got on the back side, across the
Yeah.
top.
Yep. So if you're higher, like if you're blocking here, because I'm not gonna be able, right? This is pretty normal.
Right.
You're just blocking,
Right.
and then once your stuff's in, just rotate your hand a little bit around. Yeah, to the tricep. Yeah, and you can sit up. I mean,
Well,
yeah, you can. Yeah. But think of tucking this almost here, like twisting my body,
Right.
and then pulling me onto you a little bit. See how long? Yeah.
Yeah,
See how
okay.
light that got?
Yep. Do it again. See how you manage to sit up and everything else.
Yeah. So boom, deep underhook. Because if I can, right, I'll skip all this and just take your back.
Right.
But probably deep underhook here, if I can get this in here.
You're sitting there, you're not really going the biceps of the elbow yet. You're staying.
Yeah, for now. It depends where your
For
hand is.
elbow.
Like I said, if I'm blocking here,
Right.
this is fine. But I can start releasing this to see, like, I can come up. I'm in now in almost basically just butterfly guard.
Right.
But if you try and bring me back down with that, I'm blocking. And then, like I said, I'm just rotating around just enough.
Right.
Now from here, I'm pulling this
Pulling you
and
onto.
pulling you onto me.
Right.
But see, this is getting super light,
Yeah.
and then I can use that foot to just take you off.
Right.
But I think the key, and that's what pretty much I want to look at, because the concepts all don't seem too bad.
Right.
I think getting the weight right is the hardest one for me. Like especially when I try butterfly sweeps and stuff like that. When the weight's on, you're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, why are they so heavy?
I think getting on the elbow to keep your chest high, higher, and being able to defend that hand as you get your foot where you want to be at.
Yeah. And I think you can kind of start it however you like. Like if you come in here, you don't really know which side I'm fighting on. And that's the thing, like a lot of it, I'm not worried about the underhook right now. Say I'm just committed over here.
Right.
This is normally what I do anyway.
Sure.
Because I don't want to deal with the crossface. So
Of course.
I'm just doing this. Now you're getting pissed off because I'm holding both your hands,
Right.
or two hands on one.
Right.
Yeah, so you start dicking around over here, and as you're doing this, yeah. So all I've been doing is blocking.
Right.
From here, I can rotate back. I could probably still, but I even feel like that was heavy.
Right.
So if I can probably just move up.
Right.
Cause like if I
Start
could do
back the wrist again.
like here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause this still feels tough.
Right.
And it almost feels like you just
That
put
is opposed to.
and then if you feel me pulling you, you
Right.
can sit.
Right.
Yep. But if I go
The transition to the
here.
Yeah.
yeah. But see, I still want the angle.
Yeah, like talking, now my weight's more on you already.
Yep.
With that
And then
two-hand
now
pull.
it becomes an issue.
Right.
So now you're not light. So you almost that's I think if you're higher in this one, I can almost bring you that way. Off of me slightly.
Got it, so you can't sit.
Yeah. I think if you go low on the underhook, you can sit a lot better.
Right.
Like still deep, but just lower on your hip. I don't think it feels the same.
I think you get the mindset of not grabbing the belt when you sit up and trying to go to the back. Naturally, you're being high anyways.
Yeah.
You're good. Yep, this area is where you should be at. Just want to think of a mindset of not grabbing the belt.
Yeah. And I think that's tough too, because I feel like the other one, when you just are in butterfly,
You want the belt.
yeah,
Yeah.
then you want to come over the top,
Right.
and pull them, like same motion,
Right.
but you want the belt.
Right.
In this one, you're just using the arm, get a little bit more.
Yep.
Versus
Want the belt sometime?
yeah. Yeah. Now you either shrimp or if you have the flexibility. Yep. Get the tricep. Yeah. Get that material right by the foot. And look for that like twist. Yeah, it's fine. That one seemed like it was pretty light.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
didn't feel too heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good,
Yeah.
good chart on there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think don't forget just all the other stuff with it.
Don't forget everything else about it.
Well, just the
You gotta
under,
get there first.
like, whatever you're doing in here, if you get the underhook, and like on that one, I think John was
Yeah,
two
I
hands
can't-
over here, and you came here. I mean, from here, you can almost just take the back on and bring his arm back, right? Here, I just keep scooting out. Thanks. He's got a whizzer, or he's got a, like, worry about, that's, so, I mean, there's a million things from there, but
Mhm.
like I said, if you get this underhook,
Yeah.
you have the knee tap, you have the roll under, all that stuff is available to you. This is mostly if John just kinda like I got a nice underhook here, and John's kinda sitting for a sec, and I'm like, well, I don't know if I can't wrap this around, so I probably can't go knee tap, I can't go under, cause I can't get this foot. Yeah, he's sitting on that
It's a little heavy.
ankle, so then from here, I just shrimp out and switch. And then from here.
Right.
And don't forget, if you want that extra power, put this one on the ground. So don't just lift here.
So you lift your hip.
Yeah, so you're gonna come, and that foot helps you, this one helps
Right,
you
right, right.
drive. That's a big miss on a lot of the techniques for butterfly sweeps.
Right.
Everyone does the same. You get
The leg
your
lift
hooks
does
in,
it.
and you just go.
Yeah.
But if you can get on this, it helps you really drive.
Yeah.
Right. We'll try one more time.
Yeah.
That leg just fine wherever it's sitting. My right leg?
Yeah, once your hooks are in, and once you're ready to sweep it, I mean, you can keep it open until the point that you feel like you're ready to pull it on top.
Okay.
Well, not on top, but
And from here, I'm just looking to grab a tricep, pull in and lift it.
yeah,
I got
give a
some
little
here,
bit of a
okay.
twist. Yeah. Yeah, feel light enough.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I think you can tell when it
Yeah,
does
when
it.
you get that in nice and tight, he's already going that way. The foot's not real, it's still a butterfly sweep, but you've already done most of the work breaking it down. It's just a little extra to finish it off.
Yeah. You want to try it again and then see just feel some of the grips. Okay. So we're here. Yep. Boom. And then go low on that grip, just to feel some of the slightly
you're
low.
wrong.
So this starts getting heavier on the arm too.
Right.
And now I'm just collapsing
Yeah,
this
and
arm.
breaking it down.
And yeah, you still have this, maybe, but I brought your weight.
It's a hell of a lot harder to do.
Yeah. So from that, boom. You take it under. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's that low feel where you feel like I can almost get
Right,
in here, and that's why you watch out for that one.
right.
And then go ahead and try and scoop the foot.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying on the outside, you're gonna do some of the other stuff, see how it gets tough if I'm tucked.
Right, right.
And that's where I think you feel when you have your high grip and stuff like that,
Right.
where you feel like, okay, well I can't find his foot, so then you can switch. Yeah, now you're up.
Right, okay.
And see how you're already coming up?
Right.
I'm sitting, cause I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get any of this stuff, cause I was probably already sitting if I was hiding this.
Right.
So I'm kinda here saying, okay, well I gotta readjust.
Right.
Look how up, you're almost in a full butterfly there.
Right.
Now you can finish the sweep.
And I will finish the sweep with my right foot on top of your ankle like that.
You can try and clear it still. Now you have leverage with that inside foot too.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just wrestle around a little bit.
Yeah.
Get clear.
Yep.
That's
I think
good stuff.
that lift with the left arm helps too. Like as you're twisting them up this.
Oh, sure, yeah, both.
Yeah.
Use the whole half body you got, or use just part of it.
Yeah, because if you look at the spine, what you're shooting for, not just
I'm trying to come into the shoulder.
not that, but once I'm doing
Yeah,
this,
Yeah,
He can't get his weight back to his feet.
right.
that helped me to see it from when I saw the person's spine on it. Almost I was like,
You've taken all the motion out
Yeah.
of their entire spine. There's nowhere left for them to go but flip over.
Right.
Yep.
You've wrung out the towel.
I like that.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember to use it. Now, I've always had a problem with trying to get that drop in niche and sip anyways. I never timed it right.
Yeah.
Well, you said
I-
I always did to bump the arm up.
Yeah, so I could do it on Tom too, if you wanna like see the idea is at least cooking. But in here, you could almost like kick, cause when I'm kicking, it's creating like all this.
Little bopper, yeah.
But you wanna still be like watching, that's what I was saying, like some of the times I'm just over here being really annoying. Because if Tom sees when I'm flat, he's kinda paying attention, this hand's here, he's fighting this leg, then this stuff kinda becomes harder to sneak past Tom, he's staring at me,
Right.
watching, so now if I go, yeah, he's like,
He's
"Look,
right,
Where are you going?
but when you're over here, sometimes, and that's what I said, sometimes I'm like, I'm just,
Right.
you know, now
Right.
he's dealing with that, and then you give the,
Oh, okay.
I'm up. If he's lazy and just leaving all this space, then I always think it's just easy anyway. He's just leaving all that space in there. You can just reach your hand under your own.
Right. Inside grease shield.
Yeah, but first, no crossface. So yeah,
Right,
he's
right.
you know, no crossface, and then I'm over here like really trying.
Make something out of it, yeah.
I'm already here, and now you can come up. I mean, I would almost like throw, if you're gonna try that butterfly one here, because if he doesn't take the wizard, like I said, I'm just taking it back. But you give it that like,
Just a little bump.
yeah, and it'll bring the arm up.
I was just like, we're gonna simulate the other day, just a little bump, there, more space.
Yep.
Now, if you're ever gonna use it, you can try it.
Yeah.
Some more white belts.
Yeah, watch the wizard,
Yeah.
think of the other stuff you have, like, I wouldn't make it crazy, like, if he doesn't wizard, take his back.
Right,
Or just pop out, and then, like, he's gonna be a turtle, or at
Right.
least just go to that point.
right.
And, yeah, and if it feels heavy, then just go to that dog fight where you bring this one over the leg, hook, clear, and now you're in, like, that spot.
Right.
But yeah, I wanna work on that butterfly sweep a little bit. Cause I think it'll apply too if you just get a butterfly guard.
Of course, yeah.
Like, I think if you don't wanna do the belt one, and you're still here, and you don't wanna reach over, you can still try to here, and I could just try and make you heavy, all the same, and the same setup for both.
Right.
I can try and pull you, right, I'm getting your spine
Right.
up, I'm tucking this foot hits the ground then. So a little bit different
Right.
as far as like a normal butterfly sweep, but you can use those same mechanics.
Right. I think that back up tricep for the hand connection, but almost get your elbow around the forearm so you really finish the whole arm in.
Yeah.
You got a tricep. If you have just a tricep and this is still free to move, I can still try and pose.
Yeah.
You get more of that arm tied in there as well, pull everything in place.
Yeah, it feels solid. I
It
don't know.
does. No, when you have it right, and then it's no longer my arm.
Yeah, post just completely removed.
Absolutely.
I'd probably fall for that where you're like here and don't come behind. Still. Anything else you guys wanna work on? That was that.
No, I'm
Crazy.
good with that today. So, get when you guys are later on today. Alright, I got a clock. You guys will start.
Sure.
And butterfly.
Straight to butterfly. Yeah. But once you started pushing me off that side a couple times, I was just
Yeah,
waiting.
he's leaving his arm out.
I wanted to just flat belly down arm bar. But I was still ready for the arm to extend. Yeah, I think he folded it. So like this, loop that around. Ended up in normal plata.
Yeah. It was, felt like the less shitty of two positions. Not better. Just less
Belly
shitty.
down armbar is terrible, so I
Yeah.
don't, yeah. I'm good.
think you should be there for a second.
I really wanted that.
Almost thought it.
I felt,
I don't think it's still underneath it. Yeah, I kept trying to rotate under. I was like, come
I felt a spot that, come on. I don't want my fucking arm there, no. Oh, it's all fucking good. Just training Dylan there, whacked it again.
no.
I was using an air tool yesterday, whacked it again. Been ongoing for probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm holding in trying to stop it every angle, take it, pull off. So let's go over this way.
Yeah.
The glove catches it, pushes, rotates and pushes it that way. Thanks,
I remember Aaron landing on my thumb like that once, like when I first started it, and it hurt for 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's so bad you keep fucking whacking it. The thumb, you use it all the time.
All the time.
Tom gives the best hugs. just talking about that.
So that we're working on Monday tonight.
Yeah, Greg's that's what we were talking
Hitchhiker.
about.
Well, I didn't want to go with Hitchhiker. That one
Yeah,
terrifies
we
me.
did that one in the
Yeah, Hitchhiker still terrifies me.
It's a lot of twisting
Yes.
to do while they still have your hand.
Yeah. Yeah, that one seems like, I mean, when Greg showed it, I was like, huh, I'd fall for that.
It's too fucking simple. It's not gonna work. Might.
Yeah, you just like beat the guy to what he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing, because
Yeah.
the guy's like, yes, I want to yank this arm, and all of a sudden it just like pops free, and you're like, wait, what? And then the arm's gone.
Well, that's why like I'm trying to get better at going for the arm bar while I'm still on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to pull the arm through, but he was wise to that plan. I got one good switch on the neon color.
Yeah, you did.
Alright, that's all I needed.
Yeah, you did. That was good.
One thing to go right. So that just compiles the suck.
Yes, yes, you do.
And you have that moment of, oh, no, oh, damn it.
Yeah.
it's bad.
I'm pretty, oh no, I'm not.
It's like rolling with young. No. Yeah, you said it, that transition.
I'll tell you, a 4-minute roll hits a little different than a 5-minute roll. Ever since I've been training, it's always been 5-minute rolls. I went to the other gym, it's 4-minute rolls. Just getting set up, letting it get wore out. Okay, now it's my, but that should just fucking run off.
Yeah.
I don't have time. It's a little different.
I mean, what's competition?
Depends on the plays, but I think a lot of them are 5.
Right. Some are 8 or something.
Yeah.
But they have the different rules around.
Yeah.
Did you guys see
What
or
was it,
feel?
sub only the first couple minutes or something?
Yeah, sometimes there's no points.
Did you guys see or feel anything out of a couple rolls you want to talk about? I want to start trying to find a Kimura grip when I can set up for the arm bar to keep my ass closer to shoulder, keep that distance really tight
Yeah.
up.
From like top? Or?
Well, from various places where I can try and secure a Kimura grip and work my way into the arm bar
Yeah.
and really keep my hips closer to shoulder before
Yeah.
opening up.
Were you just grabbing your gi at first until you got your hand over, or did you have your other hand on?
I think I had my arms figured forward. I think they had to
Okay.
have my collar and had my
I was
other
gonna say, I
arm.
feel like I almost got your hand up with the Kimura at first, and then by the time I sat up, you had both hands. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it started off kind of weird because my back was to you.
Yeah.
As if I
I
was
think I
trying to roll
just
out.
fell back.
Yeah, could be. The threat was real. That's for damn sure.
What's the
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the,
If
like,
The
Kimura.
one that I ran into a couple times, and I think this was when we were working with beginners wise, but I think it's just side control. In here, right? Just knee. I need to have this around your neck here.
Yeah, I think like that way's better. Yeah.
flaps that leg, bunch over.
Yeah.
So I was in that position of both of you.
You got me at the end of that.
Yeah, I went back the way.
Yeah, you almost want, that's where like, if you hit it when they bring that knee up, it gets even easier.
Yeah, when they're light on.
For the mount, yeah, when they're transitioning to mount, because now they're on that one leg
No.
only for just a split second, and that's when you just take that whole leg out.
Yeah, it's not gonna work for shit if they're perpendicular.
Yeah.
You gotta get them closing their distance and get some trying flaps that one. If you can get both legs, great, but one leg.
Yeah. I feel like I can usually shift my hips over enough that I could probably. Alright, so even if you're, perpendicular.
Yeah.
I feel like,
That's a good hard part.
that part is not the hard part. Getting my hips into you
Right,
is the easy part
Yeah.
for me, but
sure. But look how high my knee is towards your shoulder right now.
this one you mean.
Yeah.
that it's not gonna work. So like,
That thing Kyle's dead on. As I come like this,
that's it.
that's your sweet spot.
And then free the arm.
Yeah.
I think that should.
Let's try and do it that way. I'm gonna keep it wide basis, try and do it on your own terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause that guy right there.
Yeah, so you almost invite the like mount.
Pass.
Again, just like the armbar thing, like you're gonna let him do it, but he doesn't realize that you're already setting him for something else. So you just drop your knee a little bit, and then he's like, "Ooh, look, rebound."
Do
Yeah, that's
more.
the way.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Yeah.
That knee on belly, you can get the near side arm in that Kimura grip. Works for a nice arm bar. So I got knee on belly. If I can go through and get this guy here,
Yeah.
that keeps a distance. As I start coming in. Oops, sorry about that. I got you right in the nose, didn't I? That keeps this close as I sit in. Next start opening up. That's on wrist. That'll keep your hips close to me as you swing that leg across for the arm bar. Yep. Now sit in, how close you are. Now, Kyle, correct me, can you keep his foot here, if it's still finish your arm bar, or just put it across?
I would just put it across at that point, but he, like in a pinch, if you had your arm already out, he probably could.
Yeah, I guess that's the other things then if you're going to grab your hand, I can use
Pop back on the belly. Let's try that compared to pulling this arm up and hugging it with this arm for the arm bar, which will give you more space to sit. I guess you sit on top, don't worry about sitting.
Yeah, because that one's on top.
Yeah.
which is what I'm trying to get better at, because I feel like anytime I leave a little space from like this point sitting back, people get out 80% of the time.
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like Mike had such a high percentage arm bar because he was so good at balancing on top of the person. Oh, fuck!
He did keep his weight right there,
Yeah.
going that way.
And he wouldn't even have to pose with a
No.
hand. He'd just be like, you know,
He's
Yeah.
full surfer.
buddy.
What are you looking for when you got that knee on belly? Are you looking for anything sticking out and trying to go for, or?
I like the far side arm bar, the where you spin around, but that's because people they post it on that knee and reach out. Because this is,
Yeah, they gotta try to push the knee out.
yeah. So as soon as you do that, and that's like the one you were talking about earlier,
Right.
and obviously not being an asshole to white belts or anything like that,
Yeah.
there's counters to everything.
Of
So
course.
it's not like, oh, this never works.
Right.
I think that would knock me off,
Right.
but I also want this.
Yeah.
Now it's open. Now I'm just gonna sit.
Yeah, because that other leg is already open.
Like you can, I can take as much time as I want.
Yeah,
but I
now
already
you're
know-
down in position.
Yeah,
Not that you weren't before, but, you know.
yeah, because now, I mean, this is where you spin,
Right.
and now I can just bring this knee in. But if I don't hit just that full spin, if I get that arm, I mean, just like we were talking about,
Just one
just your
second,
knee.
underhook.
Yeah, as soon as that goes here, and if I don't want that, I can just sit and I can switch the hands.
Right.
I've never released this, so I'm
Yeah.
heavy.
But I mean, you can get the Kimura right there.
Yep, exactly. So I'll just like that's what I was saying. In some of those, I like just the Kimura more. So now I just switch my arms to the Kimura.
Feel it out.
Right.
Yeah. It kind of depends on like what they do and like what you want to do. But I really like that one.
I feel like most people are gonna go to try to push the knee out.
Yeah.
And I-
Well, absolutely, it
you don't
makes
wanna
perfect
stay
sense.
there.
The more you see that,
I want away from you.
yeah, and the more you anticipate that, you'll see that all the time. The near one's tough. I think sometimes to just get the arm away from them because they're kind of like, I don't know, I don't trust you.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, if you're coming to me on belly, I think when people are here, they're like T-Rex arms, but your T-Rex arm's like this, so they feel safe. So they go, aha, I'm fine. I'm like this. As soon as I start doing
You start feeling something's wrong.
something doesn't feel
Yeah.
right here, so you go no.
Yeah.
So every time John tries near side armbar, I'm going.
Player direction.
Here I'm like, you know what?
I got
My arms are safe.
Right.
I'm just gonna
scoot out with a little push,
Right.
and then John digs that under, like, through, and all of a sudden you're like, wait. And then he spins in a circle, and you're like,
Right.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's why I like that one
I'm
so
trying to
much.
remember what the setup for the near side one was.
I think it's just getting the arm a little high. Because it's really this foot.
Yeah.
That one's sliding
Yeah, kicking into the
under, so I can't bring it back,
Yeah.
and then you start bringing it this way. But, yeah, I like
I
that.
feel like he had something like playing around with that. Get him to push out against you. It was like. I guess I should go.
Yeah.
It's like something with.
Not much of a, it's not a good spot for me right now.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm not, I can't remember like if there was a, like getting to move one.
There probably is, but I don't know. But I like that.
That and the, lapels.
The lapel's one that you'll find to, like, get movement.
You're here and here.
Yeah.
You know, you have your standard stuff. This one is pretty good if you can bring it, out and around, up in here. This gives you a ton of control.
Yeah.
And then you have, one when you're switching it, so depending on like how much slack is in here,
Yeah.
you can baseball bat with just the same side. And I mean, even if I'm not, this is heavy
Yeah.
and this stinks, and then you can spin. Or when you're here and once you get this grip, you switch it to here.
Yeah.
Now I have cross choke.
Yeah.
John defends with this. You pull this across.
Oh, damn.
Yep. And then here's Bravo. Choke.
That sucks.
Yeah, but it's again, you don't wanna like lose the position as far as like you're here and here, and you don't wanna be like. Yeah. But if you can find this in time, so you're here, you're almost like grabbing a pen, and if this is loose enough, you just get heavy for 1 second.
Yeah. That's
Take this, annoy him, and then if you want, if he's annoyed enough, you can switch to these. Here, pull it across. Like I said, if he's really not paying attention when you switched it, you can just come in here and then you can spin all the way, head down on that side. But that's just a good grip to have to get. Like I said, it has all those like
Yeah.
4 or 5 options off it, which is the same as that far. That's why I like that far side.
There's more options.
And even with Neon Belly, you can start popping that cut loose.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm dealing with way too many other things.
Right, right.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's just it's too much.
You're not thinking about your lapel when you've got somebody's caving your chest.
That's really fucked up. I kept talking to a guy I work with, the guy I went to train with, that I want to knock your coat up at some point in time. He said, our first roll, I'm sitting my ass and hand fighting, and it's just, I didn't do it with intention, but I knocked his coat open.
Yeah.
Because the motherfucker did it. The fucker did it. Well,
Yeah.
guess it's habit.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Well,
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I like it.
What was the Kimura finish you on at? Or was that what you were talking about?
Was that he was trying to get that Kimura from the Neon Belly to sit
Oh,
for the
okay.
armbar. If I'm gonna sit back for the armbar versus having the arm exposed, I might slide off too far. The Kimura just keeps me in close.
Yeah.
So if I take that seated
Yeah,
position,
Kimura's
stay close.
nice. If you can get it. Like especially when you're going to like sit. I don't know, cause I don't think you have to let it go. From like, well, at least like, when I get in like these spots in here.
You can sit back with it.
You could sit back with the Kimura grip, but I think you could still, as this comes up, like I've never released my Kimura grip.
Right.
This is, at this point, I can get all the way to here, and this is where it starts getting a little weird,
Right.
like my wrist is upside down.
Yeah.
But then you can switch. yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that like that grip by itself,
Oh, it's fantastic.
I never feel like you lose the,
Mm-hmm.
like nobody sneaks anything out.
Right. Keep you folded up and keep you in tight for all my transitions where I want you.
Yeah. But that's good.
I think that the idea that the armbar defense where you loosen up for a second and pull your arm is not the work of that Kimura grip.
No.
It is a hitchhiker.
Yeah. I really like the staying on top, kind of to Tom's point,
Yeah,
and that's why I
absolutely.
like that far side armbar. When you were like, oh, just stay with you can do the Kimura. That's why I think a lot of times I sit and just sit in the Kimura
Yeah.
rather than fall back. I
Mhm.
only fall back if it's like way too much work and I'm starting to get like really lazy, and then I'm like, well, I'll just sit like this
Right.
instead.
Tight little
Right.
circle.
Oh. And then don't forget that transition to the back take from arm bars. That's
Mhm.
one that I like recently, if you're down, remembered again, and I've been dealing with. So when you're here and here,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy, and you're kind of
Rolls
like,
into you.
this is
Yeah.
this comes out, and this comes around.
God damn.
Just drop the leg over his head and pull him up.
He's gonna want to drop the leg over your head anyways. Give it to him.
Yep. But that's one that recently I started doing again because you get into those fights, and
Yeah.
if again, it's like how much energy do you want to waste?
Sure.
So sometimes I've been like,
plenty of people who
"Ah."
are just like, you know, my biceps strong enough, I can fight this for ages.
yeah, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Yeah.
Well, that's always the struggle, is having enough time to go through that whole Rolodex of options that you know,
Yep.
and pick the one you want for the situation.
Yeah. By the time they escape, yeah.
Yeah.
I do that enough.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I feel like when we got into the omoplata